All right. Hello, everyone. I am AnthonyCaliber, and I'm joined by... Yes, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's get the timer going first before we get too much into it. All right. Get used to this right here. These loading screens. This run is timed with the in-game timer because there's a lot of loading screens in this game, unfortunately. But, you know, we're going to manipulate the in-game timer for our run. And the first manipulation starts right here. As soon as the loading screen goes away. Got it? Good. That skips them showing who this game was made by. You got like the Sony and Naughty Dog logos that you can't skip. So that saves like 13 seconds in-game time. Here we go. Like I said, a lot of loading screens. But the in-game timer doesn't go during loading screens and when the game is paused. So we're good.
And so, quite a strange thing here. My job will be to try to explain to you guys what happens during the cutscenes, which we skip. And I've been writing a couple of notes, just a couple of crib notes, you know, so I know what to say when. The one thing I didn't take into account was the length of the loading screens. I was trying to keep everything brief, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna say a couple of sentences, and we're still gonna have about 30 seconds or a minute of loading screens.
Yeah. The full game, the full run of this for grounded mode, I have the record for that. The in-game time's 4 hours and 38 minutes, but RTA is 5 hours and 46 minutes. So there's an hour and 8 minutes of loading screens. But if you ignore those, you know, it's not a bad run. You know, even right here, we're doing a speedrun strat. If you hold sprint and hold forward and only move the camera, Joel will ride his horse faster than if you were like doing tight turns and stuff. So even this right here, there are speedrun strats which can make up about 7 or 8 seconds if you don't do it properly.
And just talking of cutscenes, by the way, obviously the start of the game. Every game in the world starts with a cutscene. We've just had it's not much really. It's just without going into too much detail. We start with Joel telling Tommy what happened at the hospital at the end of the last game, and he keeps it simple. He just sort of says, in creating a vaccine, Ellie would have died, so he rescued her. He doesn't mention anything about Marlene, which is probably a good move. And we're going back to Jackson.
Yeah, we're going back to Jackson. We're going to play the guitar.
And we're guessing this is something like a year after Ellie and Joel get back.
Yeah, about that. Maybe just shortly after they got there.
Yeah,
a year at most.
We're about to go to another cutscene, which actually covers quite a lot. So Ellie and Joel are settled back in Jackson. Joel is about to call in on Ellie to see how she's doing. She seems a little bit cool towards him, but he he makes her feel better with a little song. And now we're going to see what Anthony can do with his guitar playing skills. Anthony has never held a guitar in his life.
No,
but he has held a PS4 controller.
This is my instrument right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells fine.
This run is a bit like Last of Us 1, in which that run doesn't get off to the fastest start right away, but once it gets going, and there's a lot to think about.
Yeah, and talking of fast, that was the thrash metal version on acoustic guitar. But funnily enough, the mood changes again in that cutscene because Joel gives Ellie the guitar and reminds her that he promised to teach her how to play, which is what they did when they arrived in Salt Lake City.
Shut up.
Yes, they
at
did.
the end of part 1.
Oh yeah.
We all remember how that finished. So this is actually 4 years later now.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping back and forth in this game.
Heads up.
Yeah.
You're the talk of the town this morning.
Why don't we talk a little bit about
What?
grounded and
Let
the
me see if I got this right.
accessibilities and
Dean.
stuff. So
She kissed me.
this
Which triggers
category,
Seth to call
Ellie
you a
percent,
not so
is
nice
actually
word.
inspired by the GTA 5 speedrunning
Joel
community.
Beckton.
That game has a lot of
got
categories and is
mad at
quite a
Joel.
popular
Got
speedrun,
fucking
but it's very long. So what they did is they
is
included
human
something
fighting
called Trevor percent, which is you play until you
Sounds
get to the
exciting.
part of Trevor, and that's the run. And pretty much the same thing here. We're going to play this game up until we gain control of a character named Abby. And once we do that, the run's over, which is basically about half the game. And Grounded didn't launch with the game. It was DLC about a couple months after Part 2 released. There was a lot in that update. They announced permadeath, which is like if you die, you have to start the entire game over, no restart encounters, no nothing. And also Grounded was introduced. And you saw at the start of the run, there was a thing like, do you want to disable these defaults or something? That's a Grounded only
No.
thing, where
Where's Maria?
certain things that you would have in other difficulties just aren't here in this difficulty. A big one.
And the first character to reappear from part 1 is Buckley, the dog, and we just walked past him.
Is it the same dog?
When you go out,
Yeah,
you
that's
shut off
actually
Tom
Buckley.
and Joel.
Would you believe?
I didn't
Those
know
boys
that.
have been out for far too long.
Yeah.
Where do I meet them?
That
Go
is
up
a
to the
fun
Northwest
fact.
Lookout. There's several around later today. Watch yourself.
What else?
Infected
With the other difficulties, a big thing introduced in this game is like the awareness
I'll go check out the
indicator,
creek trail.
where if an enemy thinks
I'll
they
need
see
someone
you, a
else to
little
look
white meter fills in the direction they think they
you know
see
creek
you,
trails?
and it flashes red
Not
when
really.
you get alerted.
All right.
On Grounded, we decided as a speedrunning community that when you're doing Grounded, that stuff has to be turned off.
Ellie, can I talk to you for a sec?
So,
Look, I don't know what's going on with you and
So it's
Joel.
supposed to be difficult. All right, we
Maria.
are going to chuck
I really
some
cared about
snowballs at
And
some
I'm
children,
Sure he didn't mean to.
we're fine.
as one does in a speedrun.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry.
Now there's a neat little trick here. Sometimes Ellie has to like
Yo,
pick up the
Dina,
snow, pack it in, and then she can throw it.
Give me a minute.
But we found out if you're holding down sprint when you pick up the snow, as soon as her hand touches the snow, let go, then hold it back down, and then throw, and the snowball will just like teleport out of her hands and throw. So
I had a theory about this, and I'm not sure whether it's right. But with the and correct me if I'm wrong.
Hmm?
I believed that if you concentrated on one kid here, you had like 7 or 8 throws of snowball, and that would be enough. If you just focus on one kid.
Oh, your mom.
I don't
Oh,
know.
you like that? Oh, suck it.
So we're normally not
In
supposed to
your
throw it
face.
this fast.
Dang it. Oh, I'm coming for you, Tiny.
We gotta find someone else. Come on.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
come over
this
there
is
and
slow.
fight you, like for real.
That one got away. Ah, well. Also, what you're going to see
Eat
is
it, shrimp.
the reason this run is timed with the in-game timer is because you can skip a cutscene and the next scene loads in right away,
You'll never get away with this.
and you could do another run, skip that same cutscene, and get a 2-minute loading screen. They're unpredictable and annoying.
All right,
That's why we use the in-game timer.
Oh, man.
That's something else that was patched in with the Grounded update. When the game launched, we only had hours and minutes, no seconds. They added seconds, and really for us, much later on.
That's nice you assigned us together.
Um,
You're gonna like this group. Morning.
And yeah, sometimes you'll see me stay on a restart encounter or skip cutscene menu for a while, because if you skip a
you.
cutscene, like there are places guaranteed to get like a 1.5 to 2-minute loading screen. But if you stay on the skip cutscene or restart encounter menu for like 15 seconds, I'd say, the next scene loads in right away.
That's a good girl.
So we use that a lot.
Yeah, I have to admit, whenever I run this game, it's the reason why I do it casually. So I allow the cutscenes to play simply because I don't want to sit there and wait for the cutscene for the loading screens.
Yeah, you get used to these moths. It's crazy. And it pretty much confirmed. Some of the cutscenes are shorter than the loading screens if you skip that cutscene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, get used to... The moths are pretty. Come on.
They are. It's a good loading screen.
Yeah.
There's just too much of it.
Anyone allergic to moths, leave now.
This way.
All right.
It's cold.
Spoiler, but all you have to do here is tell
You
Abby
sure
that
you
the
don't
air
wanna
is
do this when the
Joel, and she
sun's
just
out?
does this.
And it's warmer.
No. Can't wait.
All right, that's not entirely true. This is
And
just
you don't
faster
wanna
than
just tell
running.
me?
You need to see it.
Okay, so a couple of new
What are you doing
characters
wandering around out here
to
by
the
yourself?
franchise here. Abby
I'm restless.
and
You too.
Owen. Who are they? They are they a couple?
keep going?
We don't know. They've got this
Just
kind
drive
of
all the way to
on-off
Mexico?
relationship.
I've thought about it.
But these guys are
seen
in a
this
group of 7 or so, I think 6 or 7 companions who are staying in a little mountain lodge not far
Keep
from
going like
Jackson.
this. We're gonna
Now,
be tired
Owen
through
has
this
got
trip.
Abby up here
This
to
is
say,
honestly
right, I
right.
want you to come and look at something,
Is Mel okay? She seemed out of it these past few days.
which is as spoilery as I'm going to get.
You stop being
Yep.
weird. You're freaking me out.
All right, that restart encounter. And
You'll
the
be
restart
fine.
encounters do different things
It's too
throughout the
high.
run.
Come on.
Places us further, places our companions further. And because we're
And-
using the in-game timer, you know, they're way more beneficial in this game than they are in Part 1, which uses RTA.
Yep, and you may remember from
looking
part
down.
1 that in certain circumstances where you can't jog, you could do a crouch walk. We don't use that in this run. It's
have to go
basically
back
not
this way?
available, but we do use that
Consider it an opportunity to work
sprint
on your
punch thing. It's Uncharted all over again.
Yep.
Really quick, just want to remind everybody watching that we are raising money for charity here. We are supporting Stack Up, who support veteran mental health through gaming. You can do command charity in chat to find out all about that. And of course, any and all donations are very much appreciated, as all the money is going to a good cause. So please check it out if you can, and enjoy the run.
All right, yes, get those donations in, people. All right, right now, we're just trying to make our way to somewhere. Even in a first playthrough, there's not a lot of context to what's going on here.
Yeah, so what Owen wanted Abby to see is this, he's found the Jackson settlement, which is where he believes they'll find somebody that they're looking for. Now, Abby is prepared to go in all guns blazing here. Owen's a little bit more cautious. He's not here, you notice, he's gone. He's just told Abby that his girlfriend, I don't know, but his other half, Mel, is pregnant, which it kind of helps to explain why he doesn't want to put their group at risk. So here we are. Abby is going it alone.
Yeah. But there's some infected. Now, unlike Part 1 had a lot of encounters where you had to kill everybody to progress. This game has a lot less of that, where you can run past a lot of areas without having to do any harm. And in a speedrun, we definitely jump at that opportunity. There are still some forced encounters, but not nearly as many.
It's actually quite a difficult one to escape. Certainly for the first... There. What Anthony just did then is not easy.
It isn't? I mean, yeah, no, it's not easy.
It's, the game forces you... Well, it tries to force you into fighting that infected guy off.
Gotta be close.
Yeah, that's where you're supposed to get your first taste of combat, but we're just like, go away. And we just run past.
You have a fraction of a second to turn and run to avoid that combat.
Yep. Oh, what else this game has, which personally I find a little annoying. They get tired after 6 seconds of sprinting in an encounter. So this is pretty fast. We're running. Right about there. She slows down to a slow sprint, which is basically just extra realism. They get tired after sprinting for so long. However, her tired is the same for Ellie too. Their tired sprinting is the same speed as their non-alert jog.
Where's the patrol?
So if you're not sprinting full speed, enemies can catch you. And a thing with grounded, you may have seen it there. The reticle, I use a dot. You can use a normal circle reticle if you wanted to. Like a bullet registering as a hit doesn't show up in the reticle. That is part of grounded. Like normally if you kill an enemy, it'll show a red X if you got the kill, but on grounded it just doesn't show anything. And again, awareness indicators are turned off.
Come on.
Oh, also the chime that happens when you get alerted, like the little noise, that's disabled too. A lot of things are disabled compared to the other difficulties.
You miss being with him?
With Jesse? No.
All right, just take in the
Been
scenery
together
here.
for so long.
Pretty game
Look,
is
Jesse's
pretty.
great. I love his parents. They will always be family, but we were
And
just
yeah,
on
we're
auto
going
with
back and
that.
forth. Yeah, we're going back and forth with Ellie and Abby's perspective
Hey, how come
of
we never talked about
Jackson
this
stuff.
I don't know. It didn't feel. You never really talked to me about Kat.
Yeah, because
But don't worry,
There isn't much to talk
encounters
about.
and stuff happening
Yow.
coming up soon.
I got the impression that you didn't really like her.
I don't care about her
A
one
little
way
bit
or the
later
other.
is a pretty rough area to get through cleanly.
Okay.
No, I think she's a talented artist. And I think she wasn't right for you.
Trying to think of anything else
Interesting.
that we didn't mention
up.
yet about grounded or this
Hey.
category. This is the first time this has ever been in a
You can
marathon.
tie Shimmer up here.
So, because the game came out like just over 5 months ago.
Hey,
A lot of things have been
You wanna see
discovered.
something spectacular?
you're gonna point at your
I didn't even
face,
mention
right?
dodging. This game has dodging now. If an enemy's throwing a punch, you, like whatever button you use for sprint, you just tap it once and they'll dodge their punch or their whatever. But we use that to move faster in areas where we do really slow jogging.
Coming in here, we have a $20 donation
his V1.
from Samsoma, who says, "Much love from the ant colony. Good luck, ant, and good bants as always, Dino."
Thanks, Soma.
Thank you, Soma. Thank you, mate.
We also have a $5 donation from Nick, who says, "Let's go, Anthony. Always good to see you stream The Last of Us. Longtime fan. As a stream creeper,
Come on.
so cool to have. So cool to have you speedrun for charity."
Thanks, man. Stream creeper. That's funny. Okay, so this restart checkpoint right here, not only does it allow us to move a little earlier, but for whatever
Supposed to be
reason,
this
it gives
route
us a free rifle bullet.
Jesse?
I have no idea why,
Eugene.
but it does.
Right.
So we're
Oh,
gonna
Eugene.
use that.
Man, he was funny.
Oh, yeah.
While we're waiting for Dina to open whatever that is she's opening, there's a rifle bullet in here, and we don't lose any
Plus,
time.
He taught me about
So we
This
went
is
from-
something-
electronics.
This is really, something that really confuses me about this game. Whenever I'm watching
all be
somebody
that sharp
stream it and they say
73.
Dina, I think they say Dino.
We all make
They're
it to
talking to me.
That's funny.
What? What?
Dina, what? Oh, Dina. That's funny.
Yo, yeah, that thing from the trailer. Dino, where are you? What?
That is a good one. All right, and I want to give special shout-outs because this is what's made these runs very close and competitive to Kevin700p. That's his Twitch name.
It used to be a radio
He
tower.
went through this entire game and documented every single spot you can do a restart encounter. Like right here, he goes, he waits at a spot, waits for it to go from less than 1 minute to 1 minute, and then inches further until it says less than 1 minute, and then restarts encounter. He did that for the entire game, and documented the
Town up ahead's
like
our last stop.
which spots are beneficial because again, that pausing and waiting
the
right
town.
there isn't adding any time to our
The
runs
tower
because we
thing?
use the in-game timer.
Yep. That's where the next lookout is.
So just crazy amount of effort. I was dreading doing that. But Kevin went ahead and did it Very grateful for that.
Question. Were you wearing those?
Do bear in mind,
yesterday?
if you play this,
They're
even if
clean.
you know the quickest way to get through sections and you're prepared to watch all of the cutscenes, this is a 10-hour game.
Look fancy.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come on.
Let's see. My first playthrough took me around 29 hours. My current world record for full game grounded, again, is 4 hours and 38 minutes IGT. And again, that's 5 hours and 46 minutes RTA.
I think we should go out like you
Just nice to
dreamed.
know how long you've been sitting there.
From a stroke?
No, from old age, like living a long life.
All right, right here.
You? No way.
Stay behind
Come on. You're way too
Dina.
reckless.
Look who's talking.
Oh, it didn't work. Oh, well.
You'll probably die from hypothermia from wearing canvas sneakers.
I was supposed to get in front of her, because this game does something
Today.
where the person riding in front of you doesn't ride faster than you. So you're always, like, bumping into them. It's kind of annoying. I was supposed to go to the right there and get in front of her, but she kept moving.
Hey, should we check these
Weird.
houses out?
Seems quiet, but we can if you want. I bet they still got supplies.
Also, unlike part 1, where we do, like, parts and supplements to upgrade and stuff, we don't do any of that at any point in this game for these speedruns. Even though it's grounded. No parts, no supplements,
Easy.
no upgrades. Because it's just too slow. This game at the crafting table, they have, like, the animations of the character actually, like, reworking the gun. In part 1, Joel just moves his arms a little bit, and it's fixed like that.
How long do you
But
think it would take to bring down a
in here, it
horse?
takes a while, so we just don't upgrade
One.
anything.
Where the
Okay,
hell are they?
stuff's about to happen.
Let's go find them.
Here we go.
Dina, this way.
Infected. Just stab it, and restart checkpoint. Get a loading screen. I told you. Sometimes that loading screen isn't there. Here we go. All right, this is a fun little trick here. Whatever button you use to throw a brick or bottle, if you hold it down, and then when time freezes, throw it there, you can do that and keep the bottle for this next area. It's supposed to be a tutorial where time freezes until you throw it again. But if you do that little trick, you can keep it. Okay, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 runners to deal with here. Yeah, let's go. Gonna get him. Dina will get the other one because we put him in a chokehold. Get the rifle out. 2 for 1. Bottle. And dead. Now, you'll know when you can restart encounter in certain areas, because when you're in an encounter, there's restart checkpoint and restart encounter that pop up. When it goes from 2 to 1, that's how you know the area is over. And how you know when an area starts, when it goes from 1 to 2 or from 2 to 1. As soon as she starts moving there.
Say, this is very slightly confusing for me because my actual stream here
Want to look around?
has got a huge lag.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
that's all right.
And I've checked. I'm on 2 different browsers, and it's about the same. So I'm kind of going by what you say here.
Yep, I'm just getting the brick, helping Dina over the truck here.
Okay, and
Here.
where am I? You are just reloading your gun
Thanks. Look,
before helping
Right.
Dina over the truck.
Figure out
Okay,
what
it's
you're
not too bad. It's not too bad.
Now, quite a few areas in this game, you don't have to mash square to get them off you during scripted enemy encounters like this. This one, however, if you don't press anything,
Ellie,
yeah,
you clean? Yeah,
you did.
just banged up. Please die of old age and not because you're infected. I really
All
don't
right, we got 2 more infected encounters in this building.
feel. Cool.
But
Real
first,
quick, we
I'm in.
Yep, go ahead.
sorry, hey, $10 donation from Craig is Infinite. It says, and doing a marathon run. You know, today is a good day. Much love for me as always, cheering you on to the end.
Yourself up.
Thanks, Craig.
We also have $5 from Cholico, who says, excited to see this run in a marathon. Much love from the ant colony.
Thanks, Chalaco. Okay, I just did something else right there. The game's introducing you to crafting and using a medkit and stuff.
Got it.
Dina won't move this crate here until you've crafted a medkit and used it. However, you can start to use it, and then she'll open the crate anyway. So we get to we don't have a lot of health right now because of that infected that jumped on us. However, I don't plan on taking damage in the next few areas. So yeah, we can save it for later.
Ellie!
This is still a really, really cool introduction to clickers. Because now they have actual echolocations. In part 1, they use the clicking noises because they can't see. They use the clicking noises to see if there's anything in front of them. But here in part 2, they actually use it in the gameplay. If you're in front of them when they do the clicking, which is a lot more dramatic in this game, you're alerted, whether it's very light or grounded. So don't be in front of them when they do that. Okay, here we go. Now Dina has to help us out here. Beautiful. So I headshot that one and killed it. Dina had to shoot the other one twice, and then we brick stun it and stab it. That was pretty good. Get that bottle for the next area. Now I'm keeping track of my inventory.
Dina.
I'll mention this after I'm done with the next area because there's a lot of downtime. But we go through 3 days of Seattle as Ellie. And the stuff you use here carries over. Unlike the other difficulties, but I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Here. Thanks.
The Dean's just going to casually hand us a Molotov.
I'm a pro.
And, alright, we have 2 clickers and like 4 runners here. 1 pistol bullet, 1 rifle bullet, a bottle, and a Molotov is what I'm going to use here. And let's see how it goes. Headshot, stab. That should kill 2. There. No. Alright, she's gonna headshot this one. Nice. That was a really good good encounter. Alright, now let's get out of here. So if you notice, I knew Dina was going to headshot it. When I played around with this area, I found something out. That clicker that was on fire, if Dina shoots it to kill it, she 100% of the time will headshot the last enemy. It's interesting how that works. Yeah, that was nice. That was like a perfect, like, 3 enemy encounters. So we're off to a pretty good start. Now, throw that rope over there, and we're going to collect some stuff here.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, she got a bottle. I didn't know there was one there. All right, we're going to collect some stuff here. 3/4 alcohol and half a rag. We need a full thing of rags and alcohol for a Molotov, which we're going to craft later. And I mentioned the stuff you have here carries over to the rest of the game. Unlike the other difficulties. Let me talk about that. So when the game launched, this area of the game was treated as its own thing. And then later on, when you arrive in Seattle, you were given a random amount of supplies. The game would take away your Molotov. Sometimes you would have 3 rifle bullets and like 8 pistol bullets. Sometimes you would have no rifle ammo and 4 pistol bullets. It was random. It was annoying.
How far away are we?
On grounded only, they made it so whatever you end this area with carries over to Seattle, which makes it a lot more fun for us because we actually we gain some control over what happens. Dina's supposed to be in front of us, but we're just too fast.
Oh, the number of times that I've tried to do that and just got completely lost in the last area.
Mm-hmm. All right, again, we know the invisible lines to speed things up a little bit, thanks to Kevin. All of these restart encounters and checkpoints are manipulating the in-game timer. So Ellie has no pistol ammo and and 2 rifle bullets. And when we start Seattle, she's going to have 2 rifle bullets and 2 pistol bullets. The game will give you 2 if you don't have any. Only with the pistol, not the rifle. So it was important that we hang on to that stuff.
He served with Tommy.
I had no idea.
Right, now we gotta... What do we gotta do? Turn on a generator.
Real dark shit.
Pretend to upgrade our gun. And then go downstairs. And then the next scene will start. Probably one of my favorite spots in the speed run. But we got a few minutes before then.
He told me that he and Tommy slow tortured some big Fedra general. I don't know. I don't buy Tommy doing that though.
He could do worse.
Right, and on the 3rd pole. There we go.
Let's see.
So you have to go on the crafting table, and then you can just exit right away, and that's what triggers the next scene to load in.
Oh, hello.
She can move a little bit faster here if you, like, tap aim. She'll do, like, little jumps.
You see a way down?
Not here.
Come on.
All right, we're almost done, and then more action-packed stuff happens.
What's he got down here?
Well, it's obviously a sex den. That's why he didn't tell you about it.
It's not a sex den.
I hope it's a sex den. For his sake. He was so lonely, man.
Yes, Eugene's sex den. So, yeah. So, obviously we're coming up to a cutscene. I'm not quite sure what to say about this because I'm aware that younger people may be watching, so we don't want to go into too much detail.
Gets a little romantic. That's as far as well.
It's not just that. It's drugs, isn't it?
Weed.
Yeah. So they get here. Eugene has been growing some. Well, you can see what it is, can't you? So the two of them decide to, smoke a spliff or 2 or 5 or 10 and relax a little. I'm saying nothing more.
Yep. Then it cuts out, and then we join up with Abby again. We still don't know what she's up to. But
I was thinking about that because as I was typing these notes up, I did realise that there's a lot of stuff that goes on here in cutscenes which you would have no idea as a viewer who didn't know the story of what's going on. A lot of it only gets explained beyond the point at which we actually finish this run. So, I might as well explain here who Abby is.
Real quick, this area is called the Horde. And I don't think it needs much explanation beyond that. Just run. Yeah, Dino, go ahead.
So, anyway, this girl, Abby, you remember at the end of part 1 where Joel rescues Ellie from the operating table? He kills the surgeon. That surgeon, a guy called Jerry, was Abby's dad. Yeah. Now we have some idea of why Abby is on the hunt. And the reason why she knows where to go is that a member of my who knew about Tommy
Shit.
Through here! Oh, shit! Hold up!
So anyway, at the end of this, Tommy and Joel introduce themselves to Abby, which turns out to be rather a bad idea. Yeah, but Abby tells them about the lodge where they're all staying, and it's easier to reach than returning to Jackson. So at the end of this section, that's where they're going to go.
Yeah, and real quick, I'm about to do the section. So the way this works is there's 4 infected behind this door. Hopefully one of them is going to go towards Joel and Tommy, and we're going to take out the rest of the 3 of them. There's 1. All right, I'll do this myself. I'm going to get 1 towards Joel and take out the other one. All right, fine, I'll take out both of them. You want something done? Do it yourself. 1 was supposed to go towards them. That's all right, though. All right, get some ammo while we're waiting, because we're going to get an infinite spawn of infected pretty soon.
Up there, the window!
We're going to use the medkit
That's our
now.
way out! You see a way up there? Here, use this! Hey, girl! Push it up onto the cart!
All right, so Tommy is going to push this
Get
gondola
inside! I'll get the gondola to the window!
up to the window.
You two keep those infected off of me!
Now, these infected spawn in infinitely as long as you keep killing them. And a clicker will spawn in once you kill 3 of them, I think.
Come on, guys!
So what we're going to do is just avoid killing any of them. Now, 1 of the infected... Oh, Joel's having a rough time over there. Oh, that's the one I wanted.
God damn it!
There, I got it. I was about to say,
Save my hide there.
1 of them will always go and
I got
attack
it. Just
Tommy.
keep those infected away.
And we have to kill it before it gets to him. We did good enough. Now just run. Don't bother engaging. Just keep your distance.
Here we have a donation.
Yep.
Parent Ghost. It says, y'all got a marathon or anything?
I got it.
Also, the chat was saying that the game audio was a bit loud. If you turn it down to Junk Anthony whenever you can.
I'll lower it. Yep. Great thing about in-game time, we can just pause it whenever we want. All right, there we go. Not a bad room.
Where are we going?
It's this way. Come on.
Anything first try is good.
Everywhere.
We'll just went right through that runner.
Head for those doors. Through here. Let's go.
Hey. Not bad. Yeah, that entire area is just don't let any infected get to Tommy. 1 is always scripted, but we took care of it. And then just evade and avoid. Wait for Tommy. No other infected will attack him. As far as the infected are concerned, Tommy doesn't exist.
While this is all going on, incidentally, Ellie and Dina are enjoying some quality time, which is interrupted by the arrival of Jesse. Joel and Tommy haven't reported in. So the 3 of them agreed to split up and try to find them.
Mm-hmm. Which takes us here.
Joel! Tommy!
Yeah, if you're running this game for yourself, it's it can be tricky to notice like when the cutscenes start because
How do I get down there?
the transitions are seamless. You can't tell when the gameplay ends and the cutscenes start. It's a very good-looking game.
So, just as this was, as we see Ellie here, at the lodge, Tommy and Joel again introduce themselves to Abby's group, who all then know what's happening. So, Tommy gets knocked out. Abby turns her attention to Joel, at first with a shotgun to the knee, and then with a golf club. A 9-iron, specifically, going for a Joel in 1.
I didn't know that.
Oh, sorry. That was bad.
Tommy!
So for Ellie, this isn't going to end particularly well. Just as a side note here, a bit of trivia for you. Ashley Johnson, who plays Ellie, lost her dad quite tragically at an early age. So the scene where she sees where she sees Joel killed, that was done in a single take.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a quite the heartbreaking scene all the way around. I did not know that. I gotta watch it again.
They didn't want to put her through that more than once.
They just had the Golden Joystick Awards, and this game won just about every award that it was eligible for. But Ashley didn't win Best Performance, and I was quite upset about that, because she did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Of all the awards it was nominated for, I think that one should have been like a shoo-in, but no. I don't know who won. Do you know off the top of your head?
Okay. This makes getting to Seattle a lot harder.
I do know, and I just can't remember the name. I can't remember the name. So anyway,
still change your mind, you know. I know.
So after Joel, you've just seen Ellie at the graveside of Joel.
Ellie.
Now Tommy, on the night before this, Tommy actually calls in on Ellie to see how she is, and she says that she's going to go to Seattle, where she's pretty sure the group is based. They've seen kind of markings on their uniforms. Tommy tries to talk her out of it without success, but he asks her to give him a day to see how many people he can muster to go after Abby. But this is the following day, and we learn that Tommy has already gone.
Mm-hmm. So we're just going to Joel's house, see all the tributes and flowers and cards and stuff. Quite sweet. We're just going to Joel's house to get something before we head out to Seattle to try and kill every last one of them. Pretty much.
And of course, the main purpose, the gameplay purpose of here is that Ellie is going to pick up Joel's revolver.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we go into Seattle armed with something.
Pretty sad about the revolver. Well, sad for me. In part 1, a revolver is a 2-hit kill on enemies, but on grounded it's a 1-hit kill. In this game, all the guns do the same amount of damage on new game across every difficulty. Grounded doesn't do anything special to your weapons, unfortunately. I'm quite sad about that. Yeah, more sad about that than I am about this.
So Ellie is going to pick up the revolver here, and as she gets back downstairs, Maria has arrived, Tommy's wife. It turns out that Tommy left instructions to stop Ellie from following him. But Maria knows that, although she'd like to be a figure of authority, she's not going to stop Dina and Ellie from doing what she wants to do. So she tells them she's left them a horse and some ammo.
And when she says she left them some ammo, what she means is 2 pistol bullets, and that's it.
Yeah, these are hard times. There's not a lot of ammo around.
Let me just check my in-game timer. 35:52. That's not too bad. Anything below 36 is really good.
So how lost are we? We're not. Uh-huh. Hey, have a little.
So again, if this was any other difficulty, you would enter this area with completely randomized amount of supplies. If you had a Molotov, the game would take it. If you had any rifle ammo or pistol ammo, the game most likely would just take it. But on grounded, only on grounded,
maybe those black market smugglers back in Boston?
the exact, unless you had like 0 pistol bullets, the exact amount of supplies that you had carries over.
Until we find out more information.
So we should have 2 rifle bullets, 2 pistol bullets, a Molotov, and a bottle. Or not a bottle. We get that later. Yeah, the game's gonna
See,
open
I
pretty
just saw
soon.
you bonking. I've got quite a bit of lag here, but I just saw you bonking into a tree there.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. the horse is a little bit difficult to control here.
Ellie, cars.
But like I said, pretty game is indeed pretty.
Got it.
Extremely pretty. But I do have to remind the chat, I'm watching this from the UK, and my lag is something close to a minute. So if it appears that I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I don't know what I'm looking at in the game. I don't know where Anthony actually is.
Just riding a horse. Horse's name is Shimmer, by the way. We're just riding Shimmer through a post-apocalyptic Seattle. This is actually really cool what they did for this game. We eventually approached downtown Seattle in the next area, and they pretty much recreated downtown Seattle. Like, there's a YouTube video out there that shows what downtown Seattle looks like, and then it shows what the game looks like with the same camera angle. And it's pretty much replicated exactly.
Quiet.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Think about how well we hide our lookouts. I know. That's what scares me.
Just to give you an indication of where we are on my stream, you are passing under the road signs now.
It's about,
which is just before you kind of go down across the river.
That's about 30 plus seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We're good.
You guys have time for a donation?
Yes, you do.
Sweet. We got a Rejected Gamer Sam with $10, who says, I would wish you good luck, but being a top tier runner, you don't need it. So I will wish you towels instead. Yes. Good luck with the run.
Inside joke. Yeah.
Oh, and we just got a $50 donation from X Boatman X. Thank you so much.
Thanks, dude.
Yo.
It's for a good cause, people.
Dina,
keep those donations coming.
Help me up here.
Because I believe this is day 1 of a 4-day marathon. So they got to hit that mark.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we're playing The Last of Us Part 2. We don't know whether it's day 1 of the marathon or day 4 or what.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, this game,
get
the entirety
the
of this game, you have
side.
Jackson, then you have
Sounds
Seattle
good.
day 1, 2, and 3 as Ellie, and then Seattle day 1, 2, and 3 as Abby, and then farm and Santa Barbara. And then back to the farm. And that's it. But we're not doing all that. We're just doing Seattle day 1, 2, and 3 here. Those jumps. If you don't do them perfectly and precise, the game will kill you. Okay, the guy who found all the restart encounters, Kevin700p, he found a strat here to skip climbing down this ladder. I'm going to give it a try. If you mess it up, you lose 10 seconds. Let's see. And I messed it up. Alright, we'll take 10 seconds lost. I was getting it every time before, too. Let me try it one more time. I'm gonna do him proud. Alright, I'll climb down the ladder. Of course it doesn't work now. My previous stream, I did this for like half an hour. And I was getting it like every time. Well, I know what I'm doing later. Alright, fine. We'll just climb down the ladder. I swear, I got...
What you really need there, Anthony, is an elevator.
Boo!
Boo. Sorry.
Oh, God. Hey, with my luck, we do jump down an elevator shaft later. With my luck, she's going to miss the rope.
That's a generator.
I'm literally going to spend the next hour after this run practicing jumping off a ledge. Okay. So here we're just trying to get gates open by turning on generators, putting cable wires and cords and different things, and opening gates and stuff. And there's 2 different codes you have to remember, 0512 and 5345.
We are a very long way away from the next cutscene as well, I just realised.
Next cutscene, I believe, is at the hotel. Right?
Yeah. It's the, yeah, where they find the 2 bodies.
That's right. Alright, and the way this area works is you have a map and you have a thing of codes. Now, we know what the codes are. But people are like, what happens if you never pick up the map? And it's like, well, then you don't get the codes. Because it's always maps, then codes. And if you don't ever pick up the codes, you can't input the correct code here. Even though, like, we know what it is. The game will just input the wrong number until you finally pick up that piece of paper. Alright, we're getting close to more stuff happening.
Oh shit, look. Saravina Hotel.
That's gotta be it.
Alright, because that gate in front of us there is locked,
Okay.
and
Find a way past
this generator right here opens it,
Here we go.
but it's out of gas. So we gotta go find some gas. This next entire open world area, which is very similar to Uncharted Lost Legacy if you played that, but not this.
Damn it. Well, what do we do now?
Oh shit. The note.
What?
There's this
The note mentioned that
big
there's gas in the
open
courthouse
world pretty
garage
much.
And the dome.
And we just gotta find some gasoline.
Courthouse
Now,
garage and the dome.
2 potential places where there could
So
be
what's the plan
gasoline
for finding these places?
is a synagogue
Right
over
around
there and a
so we
courthouse,
see.
which is right over there.
So, where are we?
Whichever place you go to second is the one with the gasoline. Whichever place you go to first is going to have a gas tank, but
Mark it up
no
as we go.
gasoline. So whichever place you go second is the one with the gasoline. And this is the area I'm talking about. This is like recreated real
What the
life
hell happened out here?
downtown Seattle.
I'm guessing the military bombed
Post-apocalyptic.
the shit out of this place.
Very, very cool.
They would sometimes destroy parts of the city that were lost to the infected. Or
All
the
right,
rebels.
this courthouse has a lot of infected inside of it, and then we have to make our way to the basement.
Usually worked.
On the infected, or hear that?
I hear it.
So here we go. More enemies coming up. Now, like I was saying before, there aren't that many forced encounters. We can run past areas without them ever knowing we were there.
Here we go.
And as a speedrun, we are going to take advantage of that. And this is where you can get a loading screen, so I'm going to wait here for about 10 seconds, so we're guaranteed to not get one, because it could mess up my timing. Whew. All right, let's see how we do. Stop sprinting here and throw that bottle. Crawl here until this runner goes inside that doorway. Crouch in front of this doorway. Stand up, hang to the left side. And there should be a triangle prompt right here. And there is. And we gotta hurry up a little bit because there's a clicker right next to us who is going to hear us with that echolocation right there. He never heard us, so we're good.
You ever been to a courthouse before? Nope. You're telling me you never got in trouble back in Boston?
All right, now we're gonna
I
grab
got
this bottle and this
I'll let
machete.
you know when you reach the door
This
in the
might come in
courthouse.
handy.
And now! That's how far behind I am.
Are you on your phone or PC? What is it?
No, I'm on a really good laptop.
Oh. Refresh every now and then. I think you'll catch up.
No.
All right, but yeah, we get that machete and that bottle. And now we're approaching here. Now we need ammo for later, so we only have a specific amount of ammo we can use. Here we go. All these enemies. One. Yeah. Watch out for the clicker. Watch out for this runner. That's fine. All right, it's hard to see because of the water. I'm gonna grab this brick. Kill this one. And... Alright, we got hit. We'll worry about that later. Alright, now we have to headshot. We did. Okay. That's the hard part. We took a little damage, but we'll be okay for later. Get this rifle bullet while we're leaving. We have a brick. Alright, besides taking that damage, that was perfect. Whew.
Oh, come on.
So the way that fight worked, you had to kill 3 infected as fast as you could.
Empty.
That spawned in the next wave.
Seriously? That
3 of the
giant
4 infected in the first wave. That spawns in the
Stepped out.
next wave. And then you kill them.
Oh, let's try our luck at the dome.
You don't have to kill them. The clicker will always be the last one that you kill, and he hops down at the same time every time.
How do we
So you
get
saw
out
we
of
killed him as soon as he hopped down, so that was pretty good. Again, took a little bit of damage, and the heads-up display is disabled on grounded again. So we don't know how much health we have, but we're keeping track. We took that little bit. We took that little hit there. We should be okay.
Let go.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
Okay. Cross the
Ah, I
courthouse
forgot to
off
swing the knife.
list.
Let's go find the dome.
I tried to skip her marking up the map.
It might be worth grabbing some supplies before we press on.
Oh, the horses are so hard to control in this game. Oh my god.
Peaceful out here, at least.
It's weird being in a QZ and not hearing trucks.
It's weird controlling these horses, Ellie. Man. Restart
Peaceful
encounter,
out here,
places
at
us
least.
further.
It's weird being in a QZ
There we
and
go.
not hearing trucks. Or gunfire and explosions.
Alright, synagogue next.
That building's got something on top I'd call dome-like.
That place will have the gasoline. Ellie's fine. Oh, you also can't take fall damage in this game. One fall too big, as you've seen twice already, will kill you. But one fall where she like falls down and then staggers a little bit, you don't take damage from that. So you can die, but you can't take fall damage.
This way! Cena, come on!
Alright. More
I'm going to
infected.
say you can't take full damage. Shimmer can. Oh, sorry.
Alright. Let me in, game. Come on. There we go. I try and like swing my knife off ledges and stuff. You get a little momentum there.
Okay.
Alright. So here we got the gas.
Found the gas. Alright. Oh, hell yeah.
I like this dialogue here.
Language. This is a house of worship.
We got some gas.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Good writing, Naughty Dog.
And we're just a couple of minutes away from it, but I am going to be asking a very, very important question quite soon. Just hold on, guys. I will. It's about horses.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to know how dangerous horses are.
This way.
Right behind
What they can do if they're injured.
Hey, what are you doing?
Have you ever known a horse
get to do
to
your bad
kind
one
of
with this.
retaliate, do something dangerous?
Okay.
Ellie, careful.
It's okay.
Because we know the bit that's
Hold
coming
on.
up, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
I forgot to
Nothing
restart.
to it. Come on, Dana.
Right.
Alright, now we gotta get back to the generator now that we have the gasoline. Then we open the gate. We haven't encountered any human enemies yet.
Okay. Gate.
But when we do,
wait.
the game just throws them at you.
It might be
Yeah.
worth grabbing some supplies before we press on.
Good point.
So you can do more stuff here, but that's all we need to do.
Onward, Shimmer.
So we're just gonna get out of here.
How you doing back there?
And even right here, we're doing the thing we did in the intro, holding sprint, holding forward, and only moving the camera very slowly.
Wow, that was.
So the horse moves at maximum speed.
Haven't found any of them yet.
Hey, it's a big city. We barely started looking.
Yeah, I know. Just thought we'd see one of them by now.
Hey, we have a $10 anonymous donation that says, never seen or played this game before, but enjoying learning how to truly trash it. Good luck.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And reminder to everybody watching that all this money is going towards Stack Up, who does support veteran mental health and suicide prevention through gaming. And yeah, it's a great cause, so if you can, please check it out. Command charity in the chat and see if you are able to donate.
All right, there we go. Those codes are written on the piece of paper, but we got them right here. You still have to pick up the piece of paper in order to input the correct codes. But yeah, all right, now on to Saravina, which is where we think Abby and her friends are, but they're not there. What is in there is 5 runners. So let's see how we do.
You see that? Infected just hopped on the fence.
Here we go. 1 rifle bullet, or 2 rifle bullets. So we're gonna kill this one and get alerted, which will draw the other 4 out of there. We're gonna pick up the stun bomb. I'm pretty sure I picked it up. Here we go. Gotta move back. There's 2. I missed. I can use a bullet. Alright, that's fine. A rifle. Alright, I did pick up the bomb. So the rifle in this game, unupgraded. I know this is the case with the infected. I don't know if it's the case with humans. It might be. Honestly, not sure. You can kill 2 of them in 1 shot. So that's what we did there. We tried to like line them up and then killed 2 with 1 bullet and then 2 more with another bullet, but
Come on. We can get out this way. Maybe catch up with Tom.
I
Yeah.
took too long to line up the second shot. But we're good. Now I know you're thinking, oh no, I have no pistol ammo and no rifle ammo. When we wake up in the next area, the game will give you 1 pistol and one rifle. So it's worth it to get down to 0.
And little cutscene that we skipped there, they've just found the bodies of 2 people who've been interrogated and tortured. Do you remember the winter section where Joel, in part 1, where Joel interrogates the 2 guys?
Good cutscene.
The same kind of thing has just happened. Very recently, actually, they've got blood that's not dried. They found 2 bodies anyway for people who've been, a couple of guys who've been killed in the same way. And Ellie remembers that tactic being used by Joel, so she's sure that Tommy is not too far away.
Yeah. Also, boy, it would really suck to be blown up right now, wouldn't it? Oh man! Darn it!
Yeah. Now this is the thing that confuses me, you see, because this guy who arrives, he shoots the horse in the head. What was the threat?
They're just mean, I guess. I guess. Enemy humans that aren't you or Dina are mean.
Even horses.
I just realized that guy's facial model looked a bit like Jerry. I just noticed that.
Yeah, so they've just been ambushed by a couple of WLF guys. Washington Liberation Front, if you're wondering. Now, one of them, Jordan, was actually with the group which killed Joel.
He, by the way, is the worst guard in the history of guarding anything ever.
He is useless.
So real quick, Dina was in the sunroof there and killed a guy that was about to kill Ellie. Dina falls through the sunroof and is pretty hurt. So Jordan probably should just kill us now that we're threats, but he puts his loaded gun away to slowly choke her out, which gives us time to do this. Like, bullets have already been fired. It's not about making noise or anything. This is just how he's choosing to kill us. So...
He's not a professional, is he?
No. That's gonna hurt. Oh. Alright, so Jordan's gone. Alright, now for the school. Seriously, the school is pretty rough.
Am I allowed to say you're done?
Boo!
No! No! I'm not. Okay, I'm going. Bye.
Oh, nice shot, Dina. Okay. Here we go. That was pretty good. There's that rifle bullet that we got for no reason that I used there. Okay. What do I got to do here? Let's see how it goes. Another non-forced encounter. Right, they're there. There we go. They missed. All right, stop sprinting here. Throw the brick. Climb up. Wait for these guys to pass you. And go. Oh. Dive under here. Wait for these three to pass you. This person's not... Uh-oh. This could be bad. Come on. They have to move. Come on, lose sight of me. This might hurt me. Alright, little damage. I'm going to pick up a med kit later, but I'm going to use this one here. Because I don't trust the TV station. I know that all looked really weird, but it was pretty specific. I had to... I did what I did. I climbed up, stopped sprinting certain parts, threw the brick at them, climbed up, waited for the other three to pass me. Then three more. I had to wait until they lost sight of me to
The school.
crawl out from under there and go through the door. Once they lose sight of you and then you're re-alerted when you crawl out from under there, they don't follow you. If I was to just go, like while the alert phase was still there, they would follow you, and you don't want that to happen. Alright,
once we get into this next little couple of buildings, there is a tiny little cutscene where they find a note that's addressed to Jordan, along with a photo from his girlfriend, Leah. Now, the note mentions that she is at a nearby TV station, which is going to be our next port of call.
Destination. Yep. This is a very big area. I got lost in this area in the casual playthrough. Just Capitol Hill.
And once they realize we're out of the school.
So there's a lot of luck involved with this area. Just another not forced encounter. You can just run through everybody and everything, but you need to do it in a specific way. If I get alerted, 2 enemies will be guaranteed to follow me. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I have to pick up the pistol bullet here, though. And I also need to pick up the med kit in the... Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to anyway, in the subway. Just for marathon safety. Okay. So we're running, but sometimes they can see you here, which would affect these next enemies. But so far, so good. Sometimes you can just get alerted by these guys here. If it happens, we just redo it.
How do trespassers even get our company?
Okay. So manually throw that bottle around there. Get this pistol bullet. Crouch. Climb. 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 I got alerted. Alright, I'm gonna try and just kill these guys. That was unfortunate. I'm not in a position I have to do this all over again just yet. Alright, we're fine. That hasn't happened in a while. I recovered. That's all you had to do. And then, like I said, only 2 enemies will follow you. Hopefully. Yep, and then good.
Hey, Dina.
That hasn't happened. I think that's the first time that's happened to me since I started doing that strat. I got alerted. Going into that window. If anything, I'm glad it happened here, because if I was on record pace and that happened, I'd have to start over. So, there's that. Oh well. At least the entire amount of enemies that were there doesn't follow you, just 2.
It looks like the TV station from your map.
But I wasn't.
I have to admit that I just caught up with the your commentary was way ahead of what I was seeing on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Well done with the non-ammo combat there to take out those 2.
Yeah, I can't use ammo. I need all of it for later. Okay. Now tripwires.
What the fuck was that?
Good.
We're into a trap. Explosive trap.
All right, that was very smooth. You got to climb on top of that thing of concrete, jump over the tripwire, and then throw the bottle at that runner, and then just go down here. That was perfect.
Is Lee a chick?
But yeah, I can't use any ammo. Not even in the next area, subway. Can't do it. I'm gonna wonder why I was alerted there for a long time now. Oh well.
Holy shit. These were all shit.
Gotta love those backup strats. Alright, to the TV station we go. But first I'm gonna get like a minute-long loading screen here, aren't I? Yeah.
Do you skip the section with the horse here, where they find the horse's body?
No, I have
okay.
to.
So you have Dina throwing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. I wasn't sure whether or not that was something that you could skip over.
Oh, that part. Yeah. What's that?
We have just real quick, we have 2 more donations. One is anonymous that just says "Good luck, Ant," and the other, and that one's for $20, and
Nice.
the other one is for $12 from Roberto Sagetino.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
And that puts us at $400, which is awesome. Keep those coming in, guys.
Very nice. Very nice. Keep them coming. All right. This right here is the reason we timed this run with the in-game timer. Most of the runs I've been doing, there is no, when I skipped the cutscene that I just skipped, there is no loading screen. There isn't. Most of the runs I've been doing, there's no loading screen here. But lo and behold, this one has been at least a minute. And just waiting for that circle to fill in. There we go.
I've got to be honest with you, mate. I was looking at that and it wasn't moving for so long. So it's going to crash. It's going to crash.
No.
So what you guys didn't actually see there, Anthony did skip over it. They find the body of a horse, or the carcass of a horse with. The most important thing is that Dina throws up at the sight of it, and it's like okay, you've seen a dead horse. It's all horrible, disgusting.
That works.
You've thrown up.
Yeah.
That's not the real reason why Dina was sick.
Nope. Alright, this area is scary on a first playthrough, and it's scary during speedruns too. It's just like very non-visible tripwires. But that was pretty good.
You're not being subtle right now.
Maybe Leah
Sometimes the
will
game
come
can
to us.
glitch out and those tripwires just never spawn in.
I would take that every time. Thank you very much.
Alright, if I remember correctly, just the little damage we took in the courthouse is the only damage we've taken so far. I didn't get shot in the high... No, I did get shot. No, I used the med kit in the high school. That's not the high school. My brain's back in part 1. It's just an elementary school, I think. So we have full health right now.
Tommy do this?
I'll pick up a med kit later.
Let's get inside.
And yeah, this area... It's not that it's difficult, but you can just get a lot of bad luck here.
Okay, it's all navigation now. There's no combat, so I might as well say what happens in the next cutscene, which is coming up in, I don't know, a minute.
Yep.
So they're looking for this girl, Leah, and they do find her, or rather, they find her body. It's riddled with arrows, which, incidentally, are the Seraphite's preferred weapon. While they're in there, Ellie finds a holdall which contains pictures taken near Jackson. That's all of the group who were there. Manny, Owen, Abby, Mel, the lot. And also there's a WLF radio that they can hear. The important thing with that is they're on their way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we get a shotgun here, which we use quite frequently throughout the run. Sort of. I think like 3 or 4 different areas. The shotgun unupgraded in this game is so much better than in part 1. So much better. Okay, but now, pretty much what Dino said about this cutscene that we skipped right here. Now we're going to leave the TV station. And a bunch of enemies show up. I don't know how many. I think like if you combine the ones that are on the bottom floor with the ones that are on the top floor, probably like 8 or something. But it's just another non-enforced counter. We got to do this in a specific way.
She's dead. How do you feel? Guess we can talk
Keep
to
your
her.
eyes open!
Get down. Christ.
All right.
They're all dead. Fucking scars killed them.
Spread out.
Hey, it's them! Right over here!
Not a scratch. Nice. That can be brutal. Ow. Ow. Yeah, she's fine.
We've got them!
She's fine. That little damage doesn't mean much. You could have like no health right here and you're okay.
Nina, we gotta run!
We just needed it leaving that area.
I don't fucking know. Just shoot them!
Stop! We gotta lose them!
Dead ahead!
Oh, shit!
All right. Now the subway, which is just RNG paradise. Really. It's so brutal.
Find a way in.
Spores ahead. Masks.
All right. First part of the subway, we're just trying to get away from these guys. That's really the context of what's going on. Just get away. So this area has humans and infected in the same area. So we're going to get alerted by the infected right away, kill one guy in our way, and the infected should follow us. Ah, crap, come on. So that we they remain distracted enough for us to just leave this area entirely. Yeah.
So which is it? Are they scars or trespassing?
So I am anxious to see how this goes. I don't need to pick anything up. Let's see. All right, so we just got alerted by the infected to our left. Stop right here. Square. And run. Now that doesn't mean we're in it. It didn't work. Literally, just as I said it. So I'm going to do the exact same thing a second time, and it's probably going to work. Because that's just how this game is. I would not change a thing about how I did that. No, come on! Oh my god. This is exactly how I would do it, like, in record attempts. This isn't fair right now. You guys weren't praying hard enough. Come on. Let me through, please.
There you go.
No?
Dina.
All right, we should be okay now.
Oh.
Come on, clicker. I don't know what else I can do here. No, I gotta do it again. This is ridiculous. That's the reason I put such a high estimate for sections like this. One of these is gonna work.
Dina.
How about now? Hmm? Hey, we made it. You know what I did differently there that I didn't do the first 3 tries? Nothing. That's how this game, that's how this area is.
Shit.
Other areas,
Let's go. Yeah.
other areas are more consistent coming up.
Yeah. Thanks.
Ay, ay, ay.
Scars. I wonder if that's in one of those.
Let's pretend.
Oh my God, I'm glad I spend my evenings playing golf.
Fuck.
You mean you don't want to speedrun this? Have a run end for no reason sometimes?
No, I don't want
What's
that.
the plan? Got another ladder across there. Okay. How do we
Ooh,
get
that's a
to
good
it?
jump. All right, let's try and move on from that.
That'll do.
Better make that jump, thank you. All right, now for a new infected type. Now it's just infected the rest of the way. A shambler, which is like a clicker, except it doesn't kill you when it catches you. It emits this acid that does a lot of damage.
I got you! I got you!
Let's take a look, shall we? Lovely. So, yeah, let's see how this goes here. That hurt me. There's no way this is gonna work, but I'll try it anyway. Nope. Yeah, you can't get hurt by this stuff. I still hear that runner behind us. Oh, come on. This is unbelievable, the amount of bad luck here. As soon as he thinks he hears us, we sprint. I think it's that runner that's running. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't work again. No, it worked. We gotta find better stuff for this. We really do. When I got my PB, and I don't have the record. Right now it's Console 94 who has the record.
No, I'm clean.
All these areas worked first try.
Is that what they call them? Yeah.
Real quick, we have 2 more
Where do
donations.
come from?
Okay.
One from Williada, and it was $50. Thank you so much. The second from Joe, who donated $10 and says, "Here's to fundraising for mental health and also to your streams, making 2020 less miserable. Keep up the great work."
Thank you, friends.
Thank you, guys. All right, this area worked because I actually have control over it.
Gotta go. I got your back.
There we go. Later areas are less reliant on RNG. You have a lot more control over it.
There.
So we're good. We're out of there. Thank goodness. All right. From Marathon Safety. So far, very bad luck. I'm gonna grab this med kit, which is just right here.
And simply because of the amount of lag that I have, can you let me know when we're out of the subway?
Will do. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting closer to light.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We do have one more. It's performance-based. We're gonna get chased by some infected out of this subway. At least we're good with ammo. Not being good with ammo will put, like, the future of this run at risk. So we're good with that. I told you before Subway was going to be bad. But even I've never seen it that bad.
Ellie, your mask!
Yeah, Dina doesn't know yet that Ellie's immune to this whole thing. Okay. Here we go.
Let's fucking go!
This runner right here is supposed to grab onto Dina, but if we distract her with a bottle... it never attaches to her, so we don't have to save her from it. And we kind of glitch Dina out a little bit. It's the game's fault, not ours. But we're good. Just run. Almost out. There we go. Alright, we're out of there. We don't have to
Oh, incidentally, there are 3 sections. Sorry, 3 little moments there where you're supposed to mash the square button.
Dina!
No, you don't.
Yeah.
On your feet.
You can do a dodge there real quick. Alright.
Right, we're out. So, as we get into the theatre, we're about to find out why the real reason why Dina threw up at the sight of the dead horse. Nothing to do with the horse. She's pregnant.
Almost
She's
there.
carrying Jesse's baby, which is something she reveals after, incidentally, just because I thought it happened earlier. It kind of did, but Dina thought it was a bit of a joke. But
Yeah.
this is where Ellie reveals that she is actually immune.
She never told anyone for obvious reasons. But yeah, this part of the game, it feels like an episode of Maury. Like, Jesse, you are the father. Oh my gosh.
But we don't know who the mother is.
Alright. I just want to say that was one of the worst subways that I've ever had. In my, like, 5 months, 4+ months running this so far.
Ellie's baby, because 2 women can make a baby, yes, but only out of plasticine.
What's that sound? I hope you're a better soldier than an electrician.
Alright. So we got some downtime here. One of my favorite. This was pretty much Seattle Day 1. The entirety of Seattle Day 2 is probably one of my favorite stretch of the game. There's a lot of stuff going on. I picked everything up, right? Yeah, there's a little wrench for a Molotov later. Alright. We'll rebound from that really bad luck everywhere so far.
Wow. Joel.
So up next we're going to play a guitar, then we're going to have a flashback, and then we're going to flash forward back to Day 2, and then do some stuff after that, but we'll...
Yeah, it's
we'll
all very confusing there.
Yeah. We're going to play the guitar again, though. I don't want to know what pace I'm on.
And for those who want to, go and listen to the song, it's called Future Days by Pearl Jam. It's a good song, actually. It's really nice.
Wasn't there a thing where that song actually came out after 2013 or something? What?
Good question. I don't know when it did come out.
I remember seeing an article or something like that song came out after like the fictional apocalypse in this game. So how did, or whatever.
Yes, there's some people call this thing here a guitar.
The guitar. I don't know if that's a good time. It's probably not.
I'm gonna start guessing.
Oh well.
You want to spoil your surprise now?
All right, this is it's a good section casually.
Dinosaur?
Speedrunning, this is just a bunch of nothing.
I ain't telling you.
All right. Is it an elephant?
So we just got to keep moving through the area. There's a museum up here that Joel takes Ellie to for her birthday because this is now 4 years earlier.
Mind your step.
I got it.
Oops.
Just got to memorize when the cutscene skips are. And the button prompts and the restart encounters and all that.
Remember now, don't just flail about. You
Push
gotta.
the water with your whole
We'll say
arm.
that this little
Blah, blah,
flashback
Glad to
section
know I'm
here
getting
does have
through.
maybe the best cutscene of the game.
Take a look at this. See it? Just through there.
The spaceship, right?
Yeah, it
That's
is
a good
kind of
one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Looks like.
The only thing that's odd is that Ellie's
How's that
face,
feel?
I don't know why, but Ellie's face just kind of looks goofy in
Refreshing.
this section.
Yeah, it's not nice getting pushed
I'll
in,
point
is
out
it?
the area. I know where you're talking
Well,
about.
Actually, we need to swim through this
We're
part
talking about the
anyway.
boost up to the.
I got you back. You're angry.
I'll
and
open the
upset.
door for
Ready to
you.
get
Very
Come on, we
angry
can't check
and
it out
upset.
now. That
Now, come on.
your face looks weird there.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing with this game. There were restart encounters in part 1, but not nearly as many with this game. Just know all of these restart encounters are beneficial to the time we eventually end up with.
And also, I want to say that Ellie's dive bombing into the water is the cutest thing ever.
Later on. Or was it... Which one? She does it like twice.
Yeah, she does. She just did it at the beginning of that section, and also before Joel follows her, just before the museum.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do here to speed Joel up. We're at the mercy of Joel's speed right now. Alright, now what you do here actually does affect his speed here.
Okay. Fuck it.
You do
I'm done
want to
with
get
it.
ahead of him.
Oh, good.
But, like, is it a
Just keep jumping.
massive comic book collection? No, wait. A new DVD collection?
Just get ahead of him.
Yes.
That's a,
Come on, Joel.
Which one?
Just. Yes.
How about laser discs? I heard that's a thing.
That's not bad. There. Restart checkpoint. We're inside. Like, if we were timing this run RTA, which, again, you've already seen why we can't do that, most of these restart encounters, I think, would be probably not included in the run. Personally, I'm hoping for a remaster. We'll probably still time it with the in-game timer in the future, because it's what we started with, but just for a full run, so we don't have to look at an hour and 8 minutes of loading screens.
Incidentally, I'm talking about remaster. The one thing that we all kind of look forward to on the remaster is 60 frames. Does this actually look like 30
Did you
frames
know
to
this
you?
was here?
Yeah. Yes, I notice it when
Shut up.
when I'm, you know, like the enemy encounters, fighting, aiming, shooting. The things I'm able to do in part 1, I just can't do in this game. Part of it could be the way the game's designed, more realistic animations. Enemies are... The AI is way better in this game. But yeah, the frame rate does hinder my ability a lot with some of the encounters. Luckily, in this game, you can skip a lot of them. Not by glitching, but just by running past them strategically.
But I do love this cutscene. So
Oh, yeah.
it's Ellie's birthday. It's Ellie's birthday, and what Joel has got for her is a set recording of an Apollo launch, or well, a NASA launch of something. And she's wearing the space helmet, and she puts this cassette on her Walkman thing. What I really love about it is just the way that you get transported into Ellie being a kid and imagining it. It's kind of real for her.
Oh, real quick.
Yay.
This is where her face looks kind of weird.
Hey,
I gotta point it out.
I don't know.
I'll open the door for you. Come on, we can't chicken out now.
It's her eyes. I realized there. It's her eyes.
Yeah, it's especially here at the boosting up to the opening in the wall bit. You see her face there. It's just totally weird.
Yep. We're almost done. Like on my monitor, it's a good. Like some games say they're 30.
Okay, bad news. Shit blocking
What?
the door.
Oh my god, that face!
Oh, that face.
Okay, be safe. The dinosaurs around. Stupid fake animals.
There's not a lot that goes on here. Ellie work her way through this museum.
And get trampled by a warthog for some reason.
Yeah, for reasons. But at the end of it, you've got to feel sorry for Joel. Talk about bad luck. Just before Joel finds Ellie, she sees a Firefly logo that's been painted on a wall, and underneath it, someone has painted the word liars. And that only refers to the Firefly's failure to restore government. That's what they said they were going to do. But for her, it's a reminder of her, in inverted commas, failure to be the source of a vaccine. And of course, that memory opens up a wound, if you like, that might otherwise have healed. You got to feel, yeah, poor Joel. I mean, how unlucky can you get? But what it does remind me of, it's like, you know, at the end of the triage area, when Ellie gives him the photograph,
Yeah.
and of Sarah, and he says, no matter how hard you try, you can't escape your past.
Very true in this game.
Yeah.
Especially
And it's just that moment that really highlights it. Poor Joel.
Yep. All right. This right here is to avoid a loading screen. I'm just going to stay on this menu for like 10 to 15 seconds. If you skip both of these cutscenes like as fast as you can, this lasts a very long time.
Yeah. Incidentally, this little cutscene here. So using the map that they've got and the radio that they've got working, Ellie and Dina have been able to piece together the likely WLF locations. Now, as it stands, what they want to try to do is locate Tommy.
Is this the right place?
But unfortunately, Dina is she's still sick. She's still, using the big white telephone. So Ellie is going to set off now by herself.
Yep, we're just going to get Tommy. Just follow the gunshots. But this is a good stretch of gameplay.
These assholes. Hold on, Tommy.
So we encounter one group of people with dogs, and then a shambler, and then Boris, and then Hillcrest, and then that's it for this area. But for right now, we got to go through all those areas. It's easier said than done. Boris is just one enemy stalker with a bow on his back. But for now, this is where the game introduces dogs as enemies.
I got something. Let's get in there.
Alright, so what we're going to do here, as soon as... See, this is when you know you can restart checkpoint. Notice it's just restart checkpoint. Then when you're able to, it's restart checkpoint and restart encounter. That's how you know the fight, the encounter has begun. So we're going to do this. Don't give me a loading screen. It's going to get... Oh, there we go. Alright, stand up, pick up this bullet.
You think this guy's connected to the
Crouch walk all the way to the grass.
That'd be a hell of a coincidence if they weren't.
Stand up. And once you get to the right of this thing here, then you can sprint. And we should be in the clear. That's that. If you don't restart encounter and do that, and try and do the same thing, the enemies to your left right away, they just kind of see you. But when you restart encounter, they don't. It's weird how that works.
Fuck these WLF.
Yeah, that was good. It's almost like 100% consistent strat. Alright, now we picked up a stun bomb earlier, which we're going to use in a little bit. And coming up here, we pick up a trap. I always get tripwire and trap mine mixed up. Trap, mine, wire, blah. But we're going to pick up a trap mine, which is basically like a nail bomb that you can only place. And we use that much later in a bloater fight towards the end of the run.
I always, every time I stream that when with the dumpster there, I say, not what I had in mind, but it'll do.
Not what I had in mind, but it'll do. Yeah, I say that a lot, like just in my daily, day-to-day stuff. I don't know why. Of all the good quotes in Last of Us 1, that's the one I probably say most often. Shambler. We're just going to avoid him. There's a runner. We're just going to avoid him, too. And then once you make it out here, they don't follow you. But we're going to restart encounter right away. That gives us the ability to sprint for some reason. Gonna dodge and knife up the staircase. And do another restart encounter right about here. You don't have to do this one. But... Loading screen. It gives you back a full thing of sprint, because sometimes if you just go through the next area normally, Ellie's slow enough so enemies can like hit her in the back and stuff, and you don't want her to take damage here. But yeah, loading screen. The game is literally going to place me about 1 foot backwards, and everything else is the same. I don't know why the game has these loading screens. They're terrible. See, we got full speed sprint, and we don't get hit. Most of the time when I do that strat right there, without that restart encounter, I end up getting hit. Alright. I love how this is hyped up right here. Jump scare. Big scary boss fight coming up. Oh, this is going to be tough. Yeah, that's it. That's all. This is where we get the bow.
Yeah, this'll do.
I need to duplicate an arrow. So this is a weird area. When Ellie opens this garage door, there's going to be mannequins that you can practice firing the arrow at, which is nice before you get to actually use it against real people. But you can't move until you fire an arrow with the string pulled all the way back.
Mannequins. Still got it.
So if you fire an arrow and you can't move, you have to fire it again, and the arrow is duplicated. So we basically just duplicated an arrow there by firing one too early, and then firing one with the string pulled all the way back, and we get an extra arrow out of it. You can get like as many arrows as you can carry, which I think is 6. But this is all we need. Okay, Hillcrest, or as we like to call it, Hellcrest. Because that's what it is. Wait until that one hops into the house before moving.
Right over here.
They'll fire and miss. Reload your stuff while you're waiting. Alright, I like to get a bottle out here in case this one's in my way. She's sort of is. No, you didn't. Alright, I'm gonna crouch. Oh my god, stop it. Jeez. Getting such terrible luck today. Alright, should be okay though. Health isn't super important at this point. That's why we call it Hellcrest. Get this bottle out. Throw it at him. All right, get your stun bomb ready. Just leave Fido alone. He's fine. And distract all 3 with that throw. They're in my way. I'm gonna just get rid of one in my way. They all fell on the ground, like, in my way. Just make sure everything's reloaded. Alright, I don't feel super confident with this fight because it's, you can see it. If she gets hit once, she's a goner. So, let's see how this goes. So, we don't find Tommy, but we do find Jesse. He also is.
Yeah, well, sorry, spoiler alert. Joel has adopted an Oriental look and is now called Jesse.
Throw back to the trailer. I get you. All right,
yeah,
hold on, real quick. Let me do this area. I'm not feeling too confident. Okay. This is a tough one.
What are we searching for?
Trespasser.
I got the one on the left.
Jesse is here to find Dana, incidentally.
Ambush!
Perfect. Very nice.
Get in the damn car.
Okay.
I told you when we have more control over things that happen, the run's gonna go a bit more smoothly.
Jesse, get us the fuck out of here!
I'm trying.
All right, if you're able to headshot 3 people a lot quicker, the scene will speed up a little, but I can't do it.
Jesus.
This still ends up happening.
Watch out! Get the tires!
Hang on.
I am a terrible 30 FPS gamer. So you don't have to do anything here and you're given infinite ammo. But we'll just practice our aim a little bit.
Can be a little bit like Bill there.
That's close. Okay.
Look out!
So me missing those 3 headshots once we first got in the truck, that, yeah, I am incapable of doing that correctly and properly. All right, but this coming up here is actually pretty important. A clicker is going to jump into the windshield coming up, and 2 headshots will kill it. But what you want to do is only fire 2 shots. Because you saw, after we were done killing all the humans, before getting in the truck, we had no ammo. The game gives you infinite ammo here. 1, 2, there we go, it's dead. So the game gives you, like, infinite ammo right here. So if you only use those 2 bullets right there, you're going to have 4 when you wake up the next time you play as her. So it's very, very convenient, the game just giving us ammo. If you do those 2 shots right there. Okay. Now, time for more flashbacks. This is a good one, though. Oh, someone's asking what's my record in The Last of Us. For part 1, Grounded, it's 2 hours and 49 minutes and 53 seconds. For this, I don't have the record, but the record for Ellie percent, the category I'm doing now, is 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 50 seconds by Contul94. That's with the in-game timer again. All right, Dino, we're starting the motel, so what's going on here?
The motel. I don't know.
I appreciate your honesty.
So anyway, back at the
apologize to her.
theatre, Dina and Jesse get reunited, but she doesn't tell him about being pregnant.
Nothing.
So and that's about it, really. So we're gonna have a flashback.
Just got some stuff on my mind.
You let me know if you want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to use Tommy's sniper.
Stragglers.
How many?
And take out a bunch of infected. Really just for fun.
Does it look to you like Tommy's gun isn't properly rendered here? It's almost like it's grayed out.
It looks okay to me.
You want?
It's a little.
No,
You sure?
yeah, okay. It does look okay to me now. Yeah, it's fine. But sometimes I don't know. I suppose if you just follow him, it looks like it's grayed.
Could be.
There you go.
All right, so you hit the sign, and then 1, 2,
It's attracting them.
3,
You're on patrol.
4.
Let's clear 'em
I
out.
saw I shot that one's leg off, so I'm going to go over here right away. If you shoot the leg off, the next wave doesn't spawn in for a little while. Oh. No, I did. Okay.
There you go.
I would have done a different strat. That's all right.
There's a cute little detail at the
like
start
this
of
thing.
this, by the way. When Tommy first fires the gun,
Where's the...
Ellie flinches. And then the second time she doesn't. It's like, oh, I've remembered this is America.
Yeah. All right, so I just did something there.
Ain't anymore.
What I did was
All right. Let's head in.
I killed the last enemy of the second wave of enemies really far back. So 3 less enemies spawned in the last wave. It was a very recent discovery. The reason I'm paused here, it's very funny. If you reload the gun and then hit triangle to give it back to Tommy.
Hand her over.
Hey, thanks for that. It's just what I needed.
Sure. Gun. Ladies first.
Floating.
Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
it's
that's
funny.
amazing.
Do that next time. It's funny. Just reload the gun
Nothing to worry
right before you hit triangle.
Well, I'm sure there is. But if you don't talk to him, he's gonna think something's wrong.
I'd talk to him.
Well, you have to do more than.
Ladies first, you must be thinking of someone else.
Let's go.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all relative.
So,
All right, Joel, get on your horse. Oh, you might pass me. You might pass me. Come on.
Just the few we saw from the ridge.
In Texas, it's all
You?
relatives.
you know,
Sorry.
found 2
Don't go.
runners and a half.
Boo!
Right, a little cutscene here back. So Joel's
Jesse
waiting
tells
for
me
them
you're
here
handling
in this
your own quite
room.
well on the group
And he's got the guitar. It needs new strings.
Well, I think you're still a bit young for it.
There's a
I'm
music
a better
shop
shot than
nearby,
almost all of them.
and the
And I
area
have
is
more
due for
experience
a
than most of the new
sweep
recruits.
for infected.
You think you're ready?
So it's Ellie and Joel again here.
Okay.
How?
Thanks.
Where are we? Are we
Just do me a
in
favor and
year
start with the shorter routes
2
now.
after?
You know,
Oh, I
see
don't
how you
know.
handle them.
After part 1 ends. Yeah, year 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
The enemy encounters in this area are fun, though. But that happens a bit later. Right now, we're just trying to speed up as much as we can. As soon as the subtitles pop in there,
That way.
We're off
If
the
you have to
horse.
Leave the horses here.
Yeah. Sounds good.
One thing I like about this section here, it's called, the chapter is called Finding String.
You need
I want
to
to
boost?
think that that's got
Got
some
it.
kind of deep meaning to it. No, it just means literally they're trying to
I don't
find
think we can
guitar
go this way.
strings.
yeah. I remember there was a glitch in this game that used to happen. Hold on, let me time this restart encounter. As soon as Joel starts moving around. There we go. There used to be a glitch. There's a thing in this game where you can turn on like pickup notifications, where you pick something up and the game lets you know what it was on the bottom left, like a quarter alcohol or a stun bomb or something.
Well, it's worth a shot.
On grounded, it has to be turned off, but on the other difficulties, it can be turned on.
Yep.
In the first version of the game, they patched it out, but
Hold on.
when you picked up your first stun bomb at the hotel, it would say on the bottom left, unknown string, in like exclamation points and uppercase and everything.
You impressed?
It didn't mean literally string. It's a coding reference. There was a problem with the code for that specific pickup, but they patched it out. So here's finding strings, serving a hotel as unknown strings, and
Ellie, here.
just strings.
I think I see a way through, but we got spores. Put your mask on.
Do I have to? It's just us.
I might as well mention it because nobody else has boat van with some gifted subs there.
Oh yeah, boat van.
Thank you.
Thank you for 5 gifted subs. Okay, this is fun. I bet you never knew that Ellie can craft a Molotov with her mind. Did you know that? Watch this. She can craft it. Watch this.
I've never slipped.
You ain't told nobody new, have you?
See that?
Jesse, Dina.
Amazing.
Of course not.
I'm not impressed. I can do that. Well, in my mind, I can.
As soon as she starts climbing, restart checkpoint. And this is a cool thing to speed up Joel a little bit. You can do whatever here. Just keep moving quickly. Climb up this thing as far to the left as you can go. And for whatever reason, Joel will follow right behind you.
Did the last patrol go through here?
There he is. Yep, real quick.
Is it one of us?
Only people went missing from Jackson and teenagers from last year.
And Triangle shows up right away. Alright, so this area. If you get alerted here, for those who have played it but have never seen a speedrun, if you get alerted here, like 5 more waves of infected spawn in. The game gives you a lot of ammo, but it lasts a long time. So what we are going to do is take them all out quietly, and if you do that, no more enemies spawn in. Now with grounded mode, if you do a stealth kill too close to another enemy, they are automatically alerted. That only happens on grounded, so we need to keep that in mind. Hopefully this works first try. We have a bottle. So we're going to grab this guy and delay the stab because that one will hear us. Wait until Joel grabs it. Right there. Get our bottle ready for this one. Not alerted. We're not alerted. And slowly move forward. You can move a little bit while you're doing this kill. Alright. Now, stop sprinting here. And 2 dives right here. Stab this one. That one's not facing us. Sometimes that one can be facing through the fireplace here and alert us. Very quiet. Alright, one more. That is a kill. And that does not make more enemies spawn in because it was a one-hit kill. And that's that. That's the area. Nice.
Sweet. Okay, so we're just going to navigate through some, corridors and rooms and stuff to another cutscene. So what's that? So they find the bodies of a couple who left Jackson. Just, to do whatever. But they ran into infected and got caught.
Turned.
And Joel is there and Ellie mentions to him how different it would be if only there was a cure. So, of course, the tension comes back into their dealings with each other. Joel just tells her that there was no cure. And he kind of... he tries to just close. But we can tell that Ellie is... she's not convinced. She's not satisfied with what he says to her.
Yep. Gotta stop you real quick. We are going to kill a big bloater for the first time in this run.
And how many shots is it that you need? Is it 5?
We don't know how many. This is... you can't kill this bloater. The fight eventually just ends when it hits you at one point. So a minute has to pass, or close to a minute has to pass, and you have to deal enough damage. We don't know what either threshold actually is, but... all right, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm actually going to use the timer to know how much time needs to pass. He's going in there. Oh, here he comes. Oh no. We're fine. I'm gonna throw this at him. Gonna reload a couple bullets. 220. 220. Just remember that. Oh, I think that's good. That's good. I thought that was too early. Alright. That's good. So yeah, we don't actually know what is the specific moment that you like that triggers the end of the fight. Because I very well could have just been swiped at and killed. But that's how the fight ends.
Sure.
You have to get hit by the bloater. And then Joel eventually is his badass self.
You good?
Stay right there. That's...
so, is it the number of shots, or is it just elapsed time?
Ain't nothing. A solid night of sleep won't shake off.
It's a combination of elapsed time and damage given. And something else. There's a guy who worked on the game that's in my chat from time to time,
There's like 2 bloaters
who had a lot to do with the infected in this game, and he won't tell us what, because he pretty much like designed this scene. He won't tell us like what the other factor is at play. It's elapsed time and damage given, but there's something else.
Quite the fight back there, huh?
I don't know.
Not often we get a bloater around here.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Jesse and Dean
And the
are
more
gonna
you
lose their
restart
shit
and
when they
counter,
hear about this.
the earlier the fight can end. Because with the in-game timer, each restart and counter loses 1 second of in-game time.
No, Jesse and I are just friends.
There are a lot of benefits to doing a lot of restart and counters, so we don't really let that
Not so keen with this one.
not do them.
Don't hold your breath.
But yeah, that was a good fight. I ended it pretty early.
You think you can squeeze through there?
All right, now for another really good stretch of gameplay. The second half of Ellie Seattle Day 2. That was overall a really good motel. That might have actually been a gold if I was timing it. Yeah, well. Actually, I know it would have been, because I did the despawn of 3 enemies doing the sniper.
So we're back at the theatre now. There's a cutscene that starts this where Dina has identified using the map, she's found a hospital where a girl called Nora is likely to be. Because Nora was in that group that killed Joel near the start of the game.
Yep, this is all about finding Nora right now. And Nora could eventually lead us to Abby. All right, remember, I'll pull the gun out after this. Remember, I pretty much depleted most of my inventory taking out those last 4 enemies in Hillcrest. But because I killed that last clicker using only 2 pistol bullets, because the game was giving us infinite ammo at that point, I now have 4 pistol bullets. Because I remember the first few runs I did, I would just, you know, nonchalantly just empty the rest of my gun once the clicker was dead, thinking, he's dead, let me just empty my gun. No, you don't want to do that. Also, there are infected in this room to my left. However, this speed that Ellie's going at right here is the same speed as her tired, alert sprinting. So it's really not worth it to alert them. Because we don't have to conserve pistol ammo, but it doesn't really save time. That restart encounter right there saves time. Because it places you in the same spot and you can sprint. Little environmental puzzle here.
We have a quick second for donations.
Yep.
Sweet. So we have one from Nick Big Boy 84, who says, "Hi Ant and Dino." By the way, they donated $20. They said, "Hi Ant and Dino, really enjoying the run. Keep up the good work. P.S. If there's any cash left over, can we please get Ellie an inhaler?"
Yeah, okay.
And then we have another $20 from Williada. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Willie.
Adam, thank you, dude.
Are you kidding me, game? Oh my god. Dude,
Hey.
when it comes to certain things going on right now, I just cannot catch a break with the things that I don't have control over. She wasn't supposed to die there. You'll see it eventually on your end. Let's skip this cutscene again. This climb skips a cutscene. And let's try this again. There.
Oh.
There.
Wow.
Why is that happening to me today? Oh my god. It worked. I don't get it. First the subway and then this. It's not fair. And then the ladder too. Oh my god. All right, forget it. Stalkers. Very, very annoying in this game. And scary. Just another non-forced encounter. We do need to time a dodge, though. Looking good. All right. That's one area down. One more stalker area. Was the goal with that to not take fall damage upon hitting the bar? Yeah. Yeah, she was supposed to hit something and then just exactly what I did the second time. That's what was supposed to happen. But it didn't work because the game hates me. Okay. Be very quiet here. Throw the bottle over there. See if any stalkers are going to... That one's not moving. Alright, we can go. And turn your body and sprint this way. We're good. As soon as she pushes the door open a little bit, we're good. Any stalker that was close to us just kind of despawns. This is all scripted right here. Alright, besides that death, that was perfect. Hey, this game. Alright, also right here, when the square prompt goes away, let go of square. Because if you keep mashing it, even after it goes away, Ellie will stab that stalker 3 times. There, she just does it once.
We're only a few seconds from Ellie's review of Seattle, aren't we?
Maybe she does say it here, right? I forget if she does. Let's see.
Yeah, she does.
Wait.
Yeah, she does. It's her evaluation of the Seattle quality.
Oh, she doesn't say it. I do a restart encounter there. She doesn't say it.
Oh, do you?
She emerges.
I'll say it now.
Yeah.
Ellie actually says Seattle.
Fuck.
Sorry, did I miss that word out?
Yeah. I think we can say it here. This game's been saying it all day, pretty much. She emerges from the water and just very angrily says, "Fuck Seattle."
Get me the hell out of here.
Okay, you get banned, not me.
Yeah. Yep. All right, now we're gonna meet the Seraphites. Dino, who are they again?
The Seraphites, they're a bunch of weirdos.
That's pretty much all you need to know about them, but...
Yep.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I end up?
I mean, in truth, actually, if we were doing, if this was Abby %, it would be important to know who the Seraphites are.
That's very true. As Ellie, they kind of just introduce them for when you do play as Abby, but when you're playing as Ellie, they're literally just in your way. They're not important to her. That's a good point. I hope I don't get hit with an arrow anytime soon. Oh, come on. Darn. That looked like it hurt. Oh well. Just like we've been doing with a lot of other encounters, though, we're just going to go around them.
That arrow hit, incidentally, is totally scripted.
Yep. Ain't no damage. Come on. Get that arrow as we're leaving. And we should be good.
Oh, come on. Made it.
Alright, we need to pick up a bottle here. This next area is brutal. This was one of the demos they showed, I think. I'll pick up the bottle. Thank you.
Hospital. You better not have strung Nora up. I think I can fit.
Yeah, this was the demo area they showed E3 2018 with the hanging and the gutting of the guy. And then the big Seraphite at the end. Really good gameplay segment.
Is it really so long ago?
Yes, over 2 years. 2 years and 5 months. We're old. I know. Okay, here we go. So, I'm gonna distract them with an arrow. Oh, they saw me. Let me do it again. There were more hushed whistles. That meant they saw me. Are you kidding? Come on! What is with this luck today? I don't get it. Just fire an arrow. They're gonna... No, I don't know how to do this if I get alerted. This isn't right. You just fire an arrow to the left of those trees. I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. Fire an arrow. I'm doing this as many times as it takes. I don't know what's going on. Fire an arrow. I'm not supposed to get alerted. Am I firing it too far? No. Look, that works. This run is really, like, worrying me now about future attempts.
Pure RNG?
It shouldn't be, though. We're fine, we're fine. Throw it at her. You guys notice I'm doing, like, the same thing later, and it just happens to work. Like, I don't know. This is one of the weirdest runs of this game that I've done.
Okay.
All right, big guy with a hammer.
You motherfucker!
All right, we are going to headshot. Now, on a lower difficulty, there wouldn't be any... When I do a restart encounter, it's just him. But on grounded, there's 2 extra enemies in the doorway. So we're going to deal with them by doing this. He was supposed to die in that shotgun blast. Whatever. You headshot him with an arrow, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, that guy with the bow was supposed to be more in the doorway. I cannot even begin to explain just how unlucky I've been today.
Right. Hospital.
I'm good with ammo and supplies and health, though. So there's that. All right, up next we got the hospital. And the hospital, that's where Nora is, and she... Sometimes you can die randomly there. Thank God I didn't. Alright, yeah, so we're going to get Nora. The hospital has a lot of enemies, and the strat to get to the second floor is pretty specific, but hopefully we'll be able to pull it off. I'm confident, though. The things that I have control over, I've done pretty well today. I use a shotgun, so I still have a bottle. All right, some of these strats are, like, brand new. So... Alright, and starting this area is kind of weird. If you do, like, the correct strat the first try, it doesn't work. So we need to do an extra restart encounter, and for whatever reason, that makes it work. It's weird, but this is one of the more difficult, like, encounters that you sort of have control over. Alright, here we go. Like, that would have alerted us, but for some reason when we do that the next try, we won't get alerted. So, here we go.
Sounds like scars are getting big upstairs.
That's our guys.
Hey, I think we've got company. I'll look into it.
Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
Dick.
Not after what?
Should have been at least 2 more years to find him. Got a trespasser!
I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm going to try for it. Okay. Everything outside the hospital is consistent. The enemies near and around this door are different every single time. So I didn't get the best RNG there, but I made it work. Whew. Glad I could do something right this run. All right. That was good. Yeah, so again, outside the hospital, consistent. You get some variations of enemy alignments and stuff, but overall pretty consistent. Near that door, that last door, I cannot tell you just how different it is every
I'm
time.
gonna say what I think happened.
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man. Whew.
My mind's still boggled over the Seraphite section. I've never had it behave that badly before. Oh well. It's pretty much what happened in the subway all over again. Yep.
One thing I've never quite understood about this section with Nora here, when Ellie catches her. When we get back to the theatre, which is kind of the next bit after this section, Ellie's managed to get information about where Abby is, but according to the gameplay that you do here, Nora doesn't give that information away. So I'm not quite sure how that works.
I don't know. I think Nora told her when she was in the storeroom. It's just not shown. I can get ahead of her here. It's dumb. She zooms ahead of you, but you can get ahead of her.
Got you.
This part's all scripted. Yeah, I think Jay's right there. We're meant to assume that Ellie beats the info out of her, which is pretty much what she does, I think.
I mean, I'm seeing that in chat. It's just, I don't quite understand why would you not actually see her give that information?
I don't know.
Weird.
Alright, this section is random. We're just gonna run for the door.
Over here! Don't let her get away!
I would prefer it if you let me get away. Hey, they let me get away. That's cool. Yeah, that's that area. Ooh, Clicker got one of them.
Okay, so
I had a good hospital. How about that?
Yeah. And we're about to have Ellie say night-night to Nora, and we're going to have another flashback sequence.
Doesn't last nearly as long, though.
No, quite short.
As the museum and the motel. Yeah, this is a part of the game where they actually use the infection. Not just throw infected in encounters, but a mortal, a human, actually breathing in the spores. I like that part in this game. Like, honestly, I kind of wish there was more of that in this game. Quick cutscene. Good. Now just smash square. That's a lot of damage. I don't know what to do with myself when I can't meme this.
There's nothing really to say. Nothing much to say about the next sequence after this, but because the cutscene itself, when when Ellie gets back to Dina, not a great deal happens, but just in praise of the game, it's Ellie's mental state when she gets back is it's brilliantly done.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that Ellie mentally is destroyed.
Not destroyed enough. Not destroyed enough, so we don't have a day 3 though.
True enough. So yeah, here we are. 2 years. Oh, we flashed back yet again. So Ellie here has decided that she's going to go back to the hospital because she doesn't believe Joel. She suspects Joel is bull-crapping in some way. I nearly said bullshitting then. Oh, and I just said bullshitting.
I gotta say, this game, in the parts that you don't see, like they're not cutscenes, but just the stuff that happens before or after a cutscene, they make traveling cross-country in this game seem very easy. Like, she literally crossed another entire state to get here. But apparently that's pretty easy now.
As long as you've got a horse.
Yeah.
And a horse that can do probably about 80 or 90 miles an hour, which should be helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you can see here, she's finding a recording. So it gives her a hint at what really happened. When Joel escaped with Ellie at the end of part 1, people died. And she's listening to it again when Joel arrives, because she'd left a note for him.
Dina?
So he's gone
Jesse?
after her. This time she really confronts him. It's like, you know, lie to me again, and I'm gone. You know, you'll never see her again. If he tells the truth, she'll go back to Jackson. And he finally admits that she would have died for the cure, so he saved her. And to be honest, my feeling at that point was that she'd be grateful. But no, she's absolutely furious. She agrees to go back, but her relationship with Joel is over.
Severed.
Yeah, so back to the theatre.
Yep. Here we have more moths, if you haven't seen enough of them already.
I can't get enough moths. I'm actually feeling quite hungry now.
Oh, God. Alright, Ellie day 3 typically goes pretty well when I do attempts, but at this point, I don't know what to think. I'm happy with how this run has gone, with the exception of the subway and the Seraphites. I'm pretty sure that's all I can recall, right? Is there anywhere else where I, like, royally messed up? Hospital was good. Patrol was good. Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to be off our PB or world record, but probably by, like, 4 minutes or so. But really, only 2 areas have gone wrong. For reasons that I don't... I don't know. Because...
No, and the problem with both of those, Ant, is they kept going wrong 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, in part 1... I can keep those problems to a minimum. In part 2, there is just a lot more luck at in these areas. Like, we can work with them enough so that they're consistent and fast, but they're never ever going to be 100%.
Okay.
Like the subway and the Seraphite. With the distracting those Seraphites never used to be a problem. I got to do that. I got to practice that. All right, that's where we craft a Molotov. We only picked up enough crafting ingredients to craft a Molotov, and that's where we did it. Oh yeah, Capitol Hill too. I got alerted there as well. Luckily, I dealt with them.
So we're hoping to find.
Yes, sorry, we missed a cutscene here.
I didn't.
As you can see, Ellie meets up with Jesse, who's. He asks her if Dina is pregnant, and Ellie says, "Yeah, okay, she is." So
you are the father.
You are a father.
You
so
are the father.
Jesse wants to take Dina back to Jackson, but Ellie wants to find Tommy. However, problem is Dina isn't going to leave without Ellie. So in the end, they decide to leave Dina safe in the theatre, and they're going to go and find. Hopefully, they're going to find Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a hand.
Alright, so as you've seen with a lot of these encounters, like I was saying earlier, they can just be passed without having to kill anyone.
Through here.
And this is another one, but it has to be done so specifically. You stop sprinting at a certain point, you throw a brick that has to be a manual throw in a certain spot, and then you hug the right wall, and then you start standing and sprinting at very specific spots.
She'll tell you about.
This one is pretty specific. Let's see if I can do this first try.
Say when we ship out?
Going down today. All the units are being rounded up.
Who did you hear it from?
Top man himself.
Did you hear that? Let's go.
Go. I'll watch your back.
Because there's a little bit of, just navigation here. I'll let you do this combat first.
Nope, already done. Go ahead.
All right, okay. So we're going to reach a stage in a few minutes where all that's going to happen, it's a little bit of a cutscene. Ellie and Jesse kind of disagree about what they want to do next. Jesse wants to go after Tommy and find him, whereas Ellie decides that she wants to go after Abby. So what will happen in a little while is that these two will split up.
Look at this mess.
The aquarium.
And we're just a couple of minutes from that happening.
Mm-hmm.
He's hoping Tommy has the same info.
What other spots do we have in day 3? We got running past more wolves, and then we have the mall, and then the arcade, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, right here is just getting through more terrain. Just know the fastest way to go and the correct way to go. Climb, there we go.
Okay.
This next area is weird, like the way you go about doing it quickly.
Working on it.
So I'm gonna restart checkpoint to move us a little further. Then I'm going to fire a bullet and pick up a brick. Then I'm gonna restart encounter again, and there's like 2 checkpoints within like 3 seconds of each other. But it's really, really helpful because it despawns a dog that's in our way, and nobody knows we're there, and we get to keep what we picked up. It's very strange, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Make that jump, please. Yeah, she did. That was pretty fast. Really awkward jump there. She won't die. But it can be a weird jump. Okay, so here we go. See, when it goes from checkpoint to checkpoint and encounter, do restart checkpoint. Fire this gun. Get this brick, and as soon as she sprints, right there, she sprints, we're going to restart checkpoint, not encounter. Checkpoint once again. And those enemies that were in our way aren't in our way anymore, and we have the brick. And we are not alerted currently. And we go that specific route so we don't get alerted.
Assuming they all die.
The trespasser!
Okay.
She's running!
Move it!
We're good, we're good, we're good. Under the water. Alright, that was a little sketchy, but that was good. That one enemy that we throw the brick at there, it's weird how you have to time it. If you throw the brick at him while he's hopping over that thing, it won't stun him. So you have to wait until his feet are on the other side of the thing he's climbing.
Abby picked the aquarium on purpose because it's so damn hard to get to.
Maybe.
If you try and pick him off early by going as fast as you can, sometimes he'll get the climb off in time, and you'll get shot in your back. And you'll see in the mall, you really don't want to take damage before this area here. Actually, that's like how this next area is going to go is pretty much the reason we picked up that spare med kit in the subway.
Hello.
Got it. Come on.
I'm gonna do the restart encounter here. As soon as the stuff lands, you can do a checkpoint there. And you can be right underwater.
This way, come on.
Alright. Now after this we have the mall, and we are going to take a boat out of here.
Shit. You 4, take the land bridge to the marina. The rest of you, we hold here and wait for orders.
What the fuck?
Jesse has to go first.
Wait here while our guys are being sniped?
I must say, their strength here is pretty good. This was the exercise I used to do in gym class, climb the rope. But their clothes are soaking wet. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty impressive. With backpack and everything. Maybe that's just me with no upper body strength. Alright, here we go. The mall. I think we got like 10 minutes left RTA for the estimate. Here we go.
Got the engine back up. Where should I put in?
You gotta go underwater just at that moment or else they'll see you up there. The estimate is RTA, even though we time it in-game timer. But because we can't see what the in-game time is right now.
I don't want any more surprises today.
Alright, so far so good. Stop sprinting right here. And then start up again right about here. Alright, that was good. She got in the boat right away. This is why you want full health. Ow. That's one. They missed. They missed. Ow, that's two. Alright, 2 little scratches. She's good. Alright, good maul. Whew. It rains so much in Seattle, I'm surprised every place isn't like this already.
Right. Where's the Ferris wheel?
Where you need a boat to get around.
Please go through.
Alright, the only enemy encounter we have after this is a giant bloater fight. And unlike the motel, you can kill this one. We're getting there. We're getting there. Do we have any more donations to read?
Yeah, we actually do. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And just a reminder to everybody that we are raising money for a charity here for Stack Up, who support veteran mental health through gaming. So just as Anonymous did, you can check out Command Charity for all the info and on how to donate. We really appreciate it if you do. And yeah, thank you again for all the donations so far. We have passed $500.
Good, good. Thanks, everyone.
Nice.
Keep them coming.
Nice.
Alright, so far, the theme of this entire speedrun has been, if you don't have to kill anyone, just go past them. Never more true than right here.
Damn it.
There's another boat! Incoming!
Bye! That's that. Alright. Here's the big section.
What?
Make sure everything's reloaded. We need every piece of, every bit of ammo we have here. There's a revolver bullet. There's a spare shotgun shell. There's 3 more revolver bullets. We don't have a holster for the pistol, so we'll leave that ammo there. There we go. Everything's reloaded. 2 shotgun shells, 1 rifle bullet, 4 revolver bullets, a trap mine, and a Molotov. That should be enough.
Oh, shit!
And here we go. We don't have Joel to help us, and this bloater can go down. So we're gonna take it out. What a nice introduction. Creepy. Okay, we do a checkpoint because we're given some RNG, like guaranteed. He's going to bull rush us. Here we go. Molotov. Trap mine. 2. Shotgun. 1, 2. He's dead. Boom. And that is that. Mwah.
Nice.
Now look at the supplies we have. Literally nothing. If I never picked up that med kit, we have absolutely nothing. That's what I love about Grounded, both in this game and in Part 1. Just enough. We always have just enough supplies to get through. Like, that bloater needed every single bullet that it took to go down. If I missed one shot at all, or I was too far away with the mine or the shotguns, because they are, the damage is dependent on distance, he wouldn't have gone down. I think one of those revolver shots had to be a headshot as well.
Almost there.
So yeah, that's pretty much that. We still have to get to the end of the game. As soon as we play as Abby, that's when the run, that's when Ellie percent officially ends. Again, I think I mentioned it earlier, but Ellie percent was actually inspired by the GTA 5 speedrunning community, where they have a lot of categories, but Trevor percent is their most popular category. And Trevor percent is basically playing until you get to playing as Trevor, and then the run's over. Same thing here. The run is over as soon as you start playing as Abby. It's GTA 5's most popular category, and right at the moment, I think it's this game's most popular category. That's a shame. Alright. So this is a pretty specific strat as well.
So long as we don't have to call Ellie Trevor from now on.
Yeah, fine with me. I mean, they kill about the same number of people. That was good.
Fuck it. I can make it.
So that's strat right there. If you resurface, you'll get... If you resurface too early, you'll get, like, blown back by a wave or two. But if you stay underwater,
Okay. Abby, where are you?
you won't get hit by a wave. And then the checkpoint's a little different. You just got to do 2 dodges forward. And you also don't want a melee weapon because then you can't do this, which is the fastest like movement you can get right here. The dodge forward and the thrust with the knife.
No combat here, so I might as well just describe the little cutscene that's coming up here.
Go for it.
Ellie is going to find Mel and Owen. They're kind of they're having an argument about an assault on the Seraphites. While they're distracted, Ellie aims a gun at them. Tries to use Joel's interrogation technique from Winter. She tries to use the same thing to find Abby's location, but it goes wrong, unfortunately.
Loading screen.
And she ends up killing both. She ends up killing both of them just before Tommy and Jesse arrive. And after killing her, Ellie sees that Mel was pregnant. And she can't believe what she's done.
Which she conveniently just did not tell Ellie, even though it would have been a really good time. There's a joke. In Abby Day 1, like, Mel is pregnant is mentioned probably like 10 times. But in a moment where it would be really convenient for Mel to mention to Ellie that she's pregnant, nothing. Nope.
But the thing that happens there, it's quite a pivotal moment in the plot, is that Ellie is so horrified at what she's done, is she makes the mistake of dropping the map that she's carrying, the map of Seattle. and that will matter later on. It's the reason why Abby finds Ellie. Come on,
Abby.
Naughty Dog, just give us easier names.
A lot of them are 4 letters long, though. If you think about it.
I know, like Tommy. No, that's wrong.
No.
Maria. No, that's wrong.
All right. Point taken. Oh,
Jesse. No, fuck.
Don't headshot me. Okay, thank you. There was a funny glitch when I first started running this game that's since been patched out. It used to be Alice. Oh god. Alice actually delivers a little bit of damage when she hops on you. So what ended up happening was I entered here with almost no health because I got hit by the bloater. And the default death animation is a headshot. So Alice was headshotting me over and over and I soft locked. That was like my second run ever I think I attempted. But yeah, that happened. Maybe you've noticed it. The default death animation is a headshot to Ellie. So when Alice delivered just a little bit of damage with me at no health, Alice T-poses in the background and Ellie gets headshot as soon as she hops on Ellie. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, let's not show you stabbing a pregnant woman. All right, almost done. I think we're a little overestimate. Chalk it up to all the bad luck I got. Almost done. As soon as Abby pops up on the screen, that's when the run ends. Thinking back about this overall run, though, again, there's 2 or 3 things that I'm like really disappointed with, and that's the subway and the second half of the Seraphites section. And then that getting alerted part in Capitol Hill, but that wasn't like disastrous. But yeah.
I don't think it's even worth me mentioning the cutscene here because it's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find out what happens later, because Ellie % ends just a little bit. See, that little bit not skipping the cutscene right away is going to add a second to the in-game time. All right, almost done. Will I have time to show off that one area right after this? I want to show off the Rat King fight. Just do it once. Oh, and time. So the RTA doesn't matter. It's all about the in-game time. The record's 2:12:50. My PB is 2:13:23. 2:17:13. That is not good. But if you take out those 2 areas with things going bad, that was a good run. 2:17:13. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Every area except for those 2 things was very solid in my mind. Okay. Can I show off the one area?
Yes.
Again? Okay.
Yeah. Well, nobody else is there, so I'm going to
I know, I
yes.
can't hear him. I'm sorry. It'll take 1 minute, literally 1 minute. One of the best enemy encounters in this game is the Rat King. It takes place in the Abbey portion of the game, but it's just a really cool fight. If people are here who have played Last of Us 2 but haven't seen a speedrun of it, it turns out the big, bad, scary Rat King in the basement of the hospital is one of the easiest enemies. So we'll do that real quick and then wrap it up. I believe Mario Galaxy 2 is up next, so that's exciting. Okay. Big, scary Rat King.
Not seen this.
Okay. Well, what you want to do is burn it first, because after it's on fire, bullets will do double the damage compared to if it's not on fire. And once it starts moving towards you, you get a checkpoint. You start checkpoint. Flamethrower in your hand is where you want to pick some stuff up. Kind of box the Rat King into a corner. I need to hear it Yeah, emit some acid towards me. The bottle missed. It shouldn't be an issue. Oh, there he is.
Yeah! You like that?
And that's that. Dead Rat King. And then after that, there's the stalker portion of it. You want to burn it again, throw 3 pipe bombs at it, and punch it after they explode. And yeah, so you want 3 pipe bombs and some flamethrower ammo. Okay, yeah. Rat King can just be that easy. It turns out he's one of the easiest enemies in the entire in the entire game.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. Okay. But for the first, that was the first time Part 2 has ever been in a marathon, so I was pretty pleased with how it went. Yeah, guys, keep those donations coming. This is a 4-day marathon. They gotta hit 10,000, so it's for a good cause. Keep it coming, Dino. Thank you so much for commentary. You should
Great fun, great.
You should
great
all
fun.
follow him, by the way, because he's awesome.
I am awesome. I'm just the best in the world ever, apart from everyone else in the world.
Yeah, see? Why wouldn't you follow? All right. Yeah, and I'll be doing more Part 2 attempts, trying to get the record in this category that we did today. And, yeah, that's about it. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
Good night, guys.